Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather, and on this channel we like to walk a very fine line between a shopping addicted makeup monster and a responsible adult with a makeup hobby. Listen, I don't even think I can pretend that I am allegedly a responsible adult with a makeup hobby for this video. We're about to get into a bit of a haul. And yeah. As far as the hair and the makeup for today, this is actually the third face of makeup I've put on for today, so my skin looks like it got sent through a garbage disposal, and that's how it feels. But I'm here with you now. I'm so excited to film this haul, so I just wanted to get it filmed and put out there before I could do anything else. So my hair is a mess because I worked for like 9 hours today and I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But I have lots and lots and lots of pretty sparkly shiny things that I cannot wait to share with you guys. So let's get into that. If there is something that you are super interested in seeing a video on, a review on, demo, anything like that, definitely leave me a comment down below so I know what it is you guys are most interested in, so that I can kind of tailor my filming schedule towards those things once I'm able to film. If you have not caught my other video that will be going up, which is a comparison of the old and new formulas for the Oceanic palettes, we are in the process of trying to move. It has been an absolute circus. I do not know how much up-to-date filming I'll be able to do versus how much is going to be pre-filmed. So please bear with me. The new content, the fresh products will be coming. Okay? Alright, and with that all taken care of, let's start. Where do I want to start? God, where do I want to start? I guess I'll start with Tjmaxx. We got a lot to talk about. So I have definitely had a collective haul over the last, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. I've picked up a bunch of different stuff. I've got some indie brand stuff. I've got a Beauty Bay order, a Glam Shop order. I've got some stuff I picked up from Walmart. I've got stuff I picked up from Amazon because it was on sale. And I've got Tjmaxx. So let's start with Tjmaxx. The first thing is this. Oh my gosh, how cool is it? So I already have one of these, but it's a slightly different size, and I found this one and it was like $8. So I was like, don't mind if I do. So I went ahead and picked that up, and I ran across the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Essentials brush set, and it was like 20 bucks. So I went ahead and picked that up as well. So that's all of the brushes in there. I have not yet played with them, so I do not have any opinions on them for you just yet. But if you see them, I do think they're a pretty decent price. Now the other thing that I came across at Tjmaxx was one of the Nomad Cosmetics highlighter brushes. I saw a lot of the fan brushes. I'm not a big fan of fan brushes, but this JO2 had more of like a dense type fan to it. So I was really excited to see this one there, and it was $6.99. So I went ahead and picked it up. I think her brushes originally are like, what, $20 or something? I don't know. They have some ridiculous price, but it has this kind of like wedge shape, and I do like the handles. They start as like a metallic silver and then they fade to a completely clear. But I thought this was a really, really pretty brush, and I'm looking forward to giving it a try. So that also is going in my pile of stuff to try. Other things I found at Tjmaxx was the Makeup Revolution The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror face palette. This is the one that Teresa's dad was talking about so much, and when she talked about it, I was like, I'm gonna go get that and I'm gonna try it, because she really liked everything in it. And then I went everywhere, like Ulta and everything, could not find it, couldn't find it online. It was sold out of Makeup Revolution, so I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna get that. And then I stumbled across it at Tjmaxx for $6.99, and I was like, the fates are smiling down upon me, I must get it. So I went ahead and picked that up too. I picked up 3 Kara Beauty palettes, which Kara Beauty, I never really knew about Kara Beauty, and then I found one of their magazine palettes at Tjmaxx one time, and I fell in love with that palette. That palette was absolutely wonderful. I did declutter it recently, which you would have already seen that video go up. It's the blue-green palettes. And I did declutter it, but only because I have so many other color stories that are so similar, and I'm finding more people that I'm able to give makeup to. So I wanted to kind of like share the love, and I thought that would be one that would be okay for me to pass along. But what that taught me is that Kara Beauty has some pretty decent formulas despite the fact that they're pretty inexpensive at Tjmaxx. They sell directly from their website too, but they're much more expensive, so I always just kind of keep an eye out when I'm at TJ's. So I picked up all 3 of these palettes. I believe this is the full collection of this particular style, and I'm hopefully going to be having a video coming up on them pretty soon. But you've got this one which has like reddish tones here, reds and pinks, couple of neutral browns. That is the Blur the Lines palette. Then you have this Heavenly Jewel Tones palette, which I love the packaging on this one. Like, this girl looks so gorgeous. And then that's what this one looks like. Lots of like beautiful greens, pinks, and a couple of neutrals. Again, not tons of neutrals, which I really appreciate. And then the palette that like truly convinced me to pick up all 3 was the last one I'm going to show you here, which is this one. This is the Dare to Be Shocking. And this one is awesome. Such a unique color story. Blues, grays, a couple of like cool tone browns, some greens. Like, what? So as soon as I saw this one, I was like, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and get all 3 because why not? And I've been really happy with the eye looks that I did. I wore these for like a week straight to work, and I really just loved every single look that I got with these. So definitely super happy to have them, and a more thorough review will be coming. And then the last thing I found was one of the Sigma switches, and I had an older switch, but it was a little bit smaller, so I went ahead and passed that along to a friend of mine, and I plan to use this one since I go through so many brushes. I really could benefit from something bigger for cleaning, and this was only $12.99, which I thought was an awesome price. I don't know. Yeah, originally it's like $25 or $29 depending on where you're getting it from. So basically half off. I was fine with that. Very excited to get this out. That's a lie. I'm happy to have it. I am not excited to clean brushes. I am never excited to clean brushes. No. Alright, next. Okay, and the next thing that I'll talk about is Glam Shop. Now, I have not purchased from Glam Shop in a hot second. I do have the W Moro palette, which is like a khaki green army kind of looking palette, and I saw they released the Very Perry palette, and I really wanted it, but at the time that it had first come out, it was kind of expensive, and the shipping prices went up so high, and I just was like, you know what, I just can't do it. And then I saw the announcement that they were going to be discontinuing those palettes, so like if I wanted it, it was now or never. So like, I guess it's now. So thankfully I had a little extra cash floating around, and I went ahead and picked up a couple of palettes. My aunt went in on the order with me, so thankfully I saved a little on shipping. But picked up a couple of things. I'll show you what I got. The first is the Laguna palette. This is one of the other ones that I saw people swatching, and I just thought it was so pretty that I just had to try it out. Now, I've actually worn this palette already, so it looks a little beat up, but the eye looks that I've done with this, first of all, the one eye look that I did with this, I literally had 4 patients in the same day interrupt me while I was talking to them to tell me they liked my eyeshadow. So I was like, okay, I guess I did a really good look today. This shade did arrive broken. We actually ordered 2 of these palettes, one for myself, one for my aunt, and it arrived broke in both palettes. So that was kind of a bummer, but I was able to press it back in. It does feel a little bit drier than some of the other mattes, so I'm not, or metallics, so I'm not sure if maybe it dried out a little bit over like the time that it's been like sitting or traveling. But so far I've been really impressed with that palette. Glam Shop just has like the most absurdly good formula. I don't know how they do it, and nobody else has figured it out. The next palette up is the Fioletti palette, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm just doing my best here. And it looks like this. Kind of reminds me of the Lilac You a Lot from ColourPop, but I really love their shimmer formula, so I went ahead and picked it up. This is one of those pinky gold duochromes, which if you know me is like literally the dog whistle that I just come running to every time I hear it, so I had to pick this one up. I did a look with this one already as well, and I really liked it. I am very curious to give this eyeshadow a try as well, because it's like a navy blue purple with a golden sparkle in it. Very pretty. Next up is the Citronada palette, and this one I definitely picked up because I'm on this like mission to find these really gorgeous iridescent-y kind of yellow shades, and this one really spoke to me, this shade in particular, although it does have a little bit of like what appears to be blue from One Direction, but this just looks so pretty, and I love this like super bright metallic yellow that is not a gold, because I feel like so many times what we get is metallic golds, and I'm like, no, I want a yellow. So I was really excited to pick this one up as well, and I thought this shade was super special too, because it's kind of like this murky brown amber kind of color, and it has a hint of blue sparkle in it. So pretty cool palette. And then the last palette that I picked up was the Very Perry palette, which is just so cute. Kind of reminds me of my grandmother because it has just like this cute kind of artsy packaging on it, but this is what the palette looks like. Now in real life, I will tell you, these definitely have more of like a lavender bent, and these have more of a periwinkle bent, but it definitely looks quite blue on the camera in the viewfinder. The metallics in here are super pretty, and I love these like iridescent sparkle shades that they put in their palettes. Like I said, Glam Shop just has like a seriously good formula. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And the last thing that I picked up was a magnetic palette, and then I picked up a bunch of singles. So these are all the singles that I picked up. Let me scooch over and give them their space. These are turbo pigments here, so they're like super sparkly duochrome type pigments. These 4 are multi-chrome pigments. I am pretty sure I've repurchased these 3 shades in multiple brands formulas. I would say this is probably the 3rd time, but I just love them so much that I keep buying them because they always look so pretty in the swatches. So yeah, that's my dumb, but that's alright. And then this is one of their sparkler shades, and then these shades down here, are these just the regular? I don't remember if these are just the regular shadows. I think these are just the regular metallic shadows, these last 5 along the bottom. But really pretty shades, all metallics of course, because I just could not sacrifice any of these out of my cart. Shipping right now to the US from Glam Shop's website is really expensive, like almost 40 euros. But if you can find somebody else you want to split the order with, sometimes that can make it worth it. And then they did throw in a little gift, which was a lipstick. So I haven't used that yet, but it's basically just like a nude lipstick. So that was my Glam Shop order. And then when I was at Walmart recently, I saw a couple things from their new Halloween collection that I went ahead and picked up. This particular palette is one of the, so they have a Halloween collection every year, the Fantasy Makers collection, and sometimes I'm very drawn to it, sometimes I'm like, no thanks. And this time I got really suckered in by this palette, which, does this have a name to it? Hallow Queen. Alright, Wet n Wild, settle down, you're not that ingenious. But this is what the palette looks like. Let me see if I can, oh yeah, there you go. So just like the blue, the purple, the metallic black, and this like silvery, taupey, lilac-y purple here. I was just very drawn to this palette. I definitely wanted to give it a try, so I went ahead and picked it up. I think it was about $5. Then I picked up 2 of their colored mascaras because I've been really interested in trying mascaras that are colored recently. So I picked up the purple shade, just called Purple, and the blue shade called Cobalt Blue. And I picked up one of their glitter liners, which this is a translucent glitter liner in the shade Magic Trick. And let me see. So if I get it like that, you can kind of see the sparkles that are in there. I picked this one up because it wasn't just like a standard silver shade. It looked like more of like a murky, almost like gray base. And then the glitters in it reflected like blue, green, teal, aqua. So I thought that was going to be a really pretty glitter liner to try out. And then this got me. It's gonna get everybody. It's $5. It's a cute little ghosty sponge, and it glows in the dark. I was like, say less, throw it in my cart. So I picked this thing up too. I don't even know if I'm ever going to use it, but he looks so cute, I just couldn't help myself. So those were the things that I picked up from Walmart. Let me switch this stuff out, and we'll keep it pushing. So the next thing to talk about was my Beauty Bay order, which they were having a sale. Was it for Labor Day? I don't even know, because they're in the UK. I don't know if they celebrate Labor Day when we do. Who knows? Anyway, they had a 20 or 25% off depending on how much you spent, and I kind of crafted a cart that got me into that higher tier. And this was why. This set of brushes, I love this set of brushes. The face brushes and the eye brushes in this set are probably one of the most cohesive sets I've ever tried, meaning that of all the brushes that are in the set, I use and really like almost everything. There's not a brush shape in here that I'm like, ugh, dud. So this has been out of stock for ages. It's been out of stock on BH's website, and then all of a sudden I got an alert that this was back in stock in time for this sale. So I was like, say less. I bought two, you guys. Oh my god, I can't contain myself. I think these are like $29, $30. But I just had to have them. I love these brushes, and I'm so sad that BH got bought by Makeup Revolution. I am very much anticipating that that is going to be the downfall of the BH brush line, but I figured while these are still in stock, let me just pick them up. I got the discount, so that made it a little less painful to get. So there we are. And then, of course, I wanted to level up in my Jumanji game, so I had to go ahead and pick up another one of the Vicious mascaras. This mascara, if you recall, looks exactly like this, and when I first tried this, I was like, it's just mascara, whatever. And then I discovered that I was starting to gravitate towards this mascara more and more and more, and I've actually almost abandoned all of my other mascaras, including a YSL mascara, which was very expensive. So yeah, so knowing that, I was like, while it's on sale, let me just pick up another one that gets me, you know, a new copy of that without having to spend like the full price, because it was 25% off. And then I have always wanted to try one of the Nabla highlighter brushes, so I ordered that as well. It was originally $13. I wasn't expecting it to be so short, so that was kind of a surprise to me, but I am really excited to try it. I'm always on the hunt for a really nice highlighter brush, and this has kind of like a soft tulip shape. So something that I definitely gravitate towards. So I'm definitely excited to try that. I'm kind of surprised though at this like packaging. Not great for shipping across seas. I ended up getting one of the satin roller sets from Kitsch, which was on sale as well. I think they had other colorways, but this is the one that was on sale, and honestly, I don't care. I'm going to be unconscious, so who cares what the colors are. But it's like a satin pillow roller thing that you can kind of roll all your hair into and then make curls. Anything that gives me curls without me having to do a lot of work of like hot curling my hair, I'm down for. So I think this was originally maybe close to $20. I think it was on sale for like 12 or 9, something like that. It was pretty cheap, so I just tossed that into the cart. I was originally looking for more of the satin hair ties, but I came across that and I was like, even better. So I went ahead and picked that up. And then you know I picked up palettes, because you know I can't help myself. Everything that I like the best is palettes. So one of the other palettes I went ahead and picked up was the Made by Mitchell. Which one is this? The Head in the Clouds? The Feet on the Ground? Something. I think it's a Feet in the Ground one. Doesn't really matter to me. Oh yeah, Feet on the Ground. But this is what the color story looks like. Can I do it like that? That's what the color story looks like. I was super attracted by all of these green shades here. So like this one, this one, this one, along with these super grapey purples, this pop of like a corally red, and then the teal and the yellow. I just thought they went together really nicely, and I thought I could make some really fun looks out of that. So I did go ahead and pick that one up because it was on sale already. Originally these were almost 50 bucks, and I think it was on sale for like 28, and then there was a subsequent discount, so that worked for me. And then the last thing that I picked up, which I'm very surprised I picked up, was the Beauty Bay Midnight Palette. This is the 42 pan version, and if you know me, you know I am terrible at using big palettes, and this is a big old palette, let me tell you. But I was really drawn to this color story, and I just thought how nice it would be to have all of these beautiful like blues and periwinkles and lilacs and purples, and you really have like a lot of depth and a lot of different like intonation. So I went ahead and got this one. I think at some point I would also like to get the green one, because greens, blues, and purples are probably like my bread and butter in terms of what I like to wear the most. So I think at some point I'll be getting that too, but time will tell. There's always another sale. And then they did throw in this little gift. When I was doing my checkout process, I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be some kind of like Buy Beauty Bay skincare thing that they were going to send, but it looks like they send this Dermalogica thing instead, and it is a daily microfoliant that is about 3/4 of an ounce. So it's like a exfoliating powder made with rice and salicylic acid and rice enzymes to polish your skin. So a little sample to try there, which I thought was pretty nice of them since they, you know, didn't really have to include anything else since they ran out of their sample, but it was nice of them to include something. So that was the Beauty Bay order. Now let's get into some of the indie stuff. So I guess I'll throw this stuff in here. There's a brand that I was purchasing a lot of stuff from on pre-orders and then learned of some of just the not so great things they were doing. So I'm unlikely going to be featuring any of this stuff on my channel beyond this, other than to say that I purchased it. But I had ordered some stuff from Saints, Angels, Sinners, and then found out, like, so many things. Yeah. So I have the Together palette that I got recently. The Makeup and Chill, which looks like that. Best Buds, which looks like that, which is a replacement for the ones that my daughters destroyed. The Cassie palette, which looks like that. The Angel Baby palette, which looks like this. The Guardian Angel, which looks like that. And I had picked up 3 of these little 6-pan palettes, and they included the Together palette as like a free gift with purchase, which was kind of cool. That's the last one, the Harvest something or other, Over the Moon, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I had picked up the other ones on a pre-order. Ultimately then heard more about, you know, some of the things that the owner was doing that were not so desirable. So ultimately decided not to feature any of these palettes on my channel. Do I have them? Yes. If you have questions about them, I'd be happy to answer. But I definitely think there are other brands, which we're going to talk about here shortly, that would be better use for your money. I picked up this one from Mercari, and this is an unused palette. It's the Venom Palette. I had a chance to get it and I walked away from it like a dum-dum, and then I decided I really wanted it. It's like this purple and gray color story here, and I just thought it looked so pretty, so I went ahead and got it off of Mercari for like 12 bucks. Not too bad. And then Playing in Makeup by Yolando had a free mystery palette giveaway. Basically, you could pay the shipping and get one of their palettes as a mystery for free, but you didn't get to pick out what it was. So I was like, oh my god, as long as it's not a neutral, I'm going to be so happy. Yep. So it's 100% a neutral, although it's like definitely leans, you know, more orange than just straight up brown. Like this orange kind of intrigues me here, but I'm so bummed because they had so many beautiful palettes like this that were not this hideous. I love this size though. Like this is perfect for travel. It's got a great closure. It's bigger than the Natasha Denona ones. Let me see. So there's Natasha for comparison. So bigger than that, which I think is pretty cool. I'm tempted to pick up a couple more of these for the shades that I actually was like super intrigued by. So I may go ahead and do that. These palettes are originally, I think, $18 or $15. So $15 to $18. But there were definitely some other color stories that I was more drawn to. So I may go ahead and pick a couple of those up and give them a try. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, definitely let me know. Next up, Amazon had a sale on the Lorac Fairy Tale Forest palette. Now this palette I have been wanting to pick up for a hot second because I tried the Noir palette and whew, that was beautiful. I was really drawn in by the idea of these shades here, so I was like, at some point I'm going to pick this palette up, but not for like $35, $40, and they had it on sale for $22, so I felt like that was a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and picked it up. I'm definitely excited to give it a try. Right now I have so many colorful things that I want to play with more, so I think this will get more use from me in like the winter and spring. Right now I just have too much color to play with, and we're heading into fall, so I want to like get as much use out of it as I can. Now, next up, let's talk about these palettes. So I opted to replace my Ace Beauté palettes, particularly the Oceanic palette and the Paradise Fallen palette. Now, if you have not seen this video, this is a comparison between the old and the new formulas. So these palettes have actually already been used because I filmed with them about an hour ago. But this is the new version of the Oceanic palette, and then the new Paradise Fallen palette. So pretty. Come on, there we go. So pretty. And then the third palette that I picked up was the Violet Sage palette, which I've come to discover was actually like a BoxyCharm exclusive. So I have a feeling this is going to be like a ridiculously bad palette, but I figured it was worth a shot to just give it a try. And it was really drawn in by the purple, green, pink kind of vibe to it. So I picked this one up. It got me to free shipping. I otherwise would have just paid for shipping. So it was worth the experiment. And then I did pick up, finally, the Cool Summer palette from It's Belle. So this palette, when it came out, was $48. And I was like, ouch. Like, I just don't think I can do that. And then at one point, this palette went on sale for half price. And I was like, don't mind if I do. So I literally ordered it as soon as I saw that announcement because I figured it would sell out, like, instantaneously. And I was wrong, actually. But I'm so happy I have this palette. This beautiful green here, this dark blue, this like purple to green shade. So, so pretty. I have loved every single look that I've put together with this. The mattes definitely are like pastel brights. They don't have a lot of depth. These two shades, yeah, they kind of deepen out, but not like super deep and dark. So I wish they went a little bit darker. Regardless though, I think this is such a beautiful palette. I don't mind sneaking into another palette just to kind of round things out. I love the shimmer formula in this one. If you were one of the lucky ones that got that palette for $10, I need you to leave me a comment down below because I just need to congratulate you. Because after I bought it for $20, it went on like super clearance for $10 because the owners are moving again. So that palette sold out like hotcakes right after they did that. And if you got that deal, I definitely want to know about it. Then the other thing that I picked up around the same time was the Nomad Bosque Nuboso de Monteverde palette, which is the Cloud Forest Costa Rica palette. And it is their super bright and colorful neon palette with pops of shimmers. So, so pretty. I'm so looking forward to their next palette reveal. I've really liked doing colors with this one. And again, this one kind of has that same trap that the Cool Summer palette has in that it has lots of brights, but not a lot of like super deep dark shades. So I find myself reaching into other things to finish the look, but I don't mind it because I think the quality is so good. And then I was gifted the glosses by the owner of Nomad Cosmetics because she is such a sweetheart. So thank you so much if you ever watch this video. I have no idea if you'll ever see this, but thank you. I really appreciate it, and I love the gloss. I'm wearing one of them right now. I'm wearing the purple one, which is Lavande. So that one is so pretty. It has this beautiful purple sparkle in it that shifts kind of to like a taupey gold. Very pretty. And then you have Miel, which is that like classic pink to gold duochrome. You have Rosé, which is the super bright pink shade. And then this one, oh my gosh. This is the Le Fête color. And this one has like an icy pink with like a silvery sparkle in it. And the sparkle is like no joke on this one. Like you will just, it will shut you up. It's so pretty. And then it has cute little bees on the packaging. So I like that. And then I think we're like actually at the end, which is great. The last thing to talk about is the Colored Rain Thunder palette. So this is the outside box. I just took it off. And I do think it's pretty because it has some stuff that's like really shiny and reflective and then some stuff that isn't. But then the palette itself has like a lenticular design on it. And I love that. Like, love, love that. So that's pretty cool. And then this is what the inside of this palette looks like. though, this like super sparkly blue over here, and then this like metallic gray black. I'm so excited to play with these. These two shades here, I could kind of take or leave because I feel like they pull almost too taupey, but I think they probably did that so that it didn't look so ashy on skin tones that are deeper than mine. So I understand why they did it. I'm still quite excited to play with it. And I think this is probably going to be the next one that I start playing with. My God, you guys. I am like wiped out. This day has been the longest day. I have been up almost 24 hours at this point. Definitely need to lay down and take this makeup off my face. But that is everything. My collective haul for the last couple of weeks or so. Yes, it's a lot, but I've been under a lot of stress, and that's how I'm managing my stress. But anyway, if you like this haul, definitely leave me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave me a thumbs down, I guess. I don't know, but you know, whatever. If there are things in this haul that you want to see demoed out, or if you want to get more like deeper opinions on, please let me know. I would love to be able to provide that for you guys. Like I said, I'm in the process of moving, so things are kind of like a little 50-50. There's some stuff that's going to go up that's a little bit pre-filmed, but you know, I am so happy to at least have a little bit of content for you guys while I'm in the process of moving, and I cannot wait to get into my new space. I have so many ideas for what I want to do for that room. I'm going to get my I don't have to share it with anything else right now. This room is my makeup space, my filming space, my desk, my husband's desk, and our guest bed. Too many things in this room, so I'm so excited to have a little space all to myself. So yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this super, super long video. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and I'm going to catch you in my next video very soon. Bye!